To the north, beyond the mighty stone wall that marked the very edge of the Roman world, lay a land of mist-shrouded glens and untamed wilderness. Here, a people of legend thrived fierce, enigmatic, and utterly defiant. Rome called them Picts, the painted people. For centuries, they resisted legions, built powerful kingdoms, and carved their mysterious stories onto towering stones. Yet, their language is lost, their origins debated, and their true nature remains shrouded in the mists of time. Who were these warriors who carved beasts and defied empires? Join us as we journey beyond Hadrian's Wall. Our journey begins in Caledonia, the northernmost reaches of Britannia, a land Rome could never fully tame. This was a hostile frontier, defined by formidable natural barriers and, crucially, by the indomitable spirit of its native inhabitants. For centuries, Hadrian's Wall and later the Antonini Wall marked the physical and psychological boundary between Roman civilization and the untamed barbarians to the north. These were the ancestors of the Picts, a people determined to remain free. The name Picti, meaning painted ones, was given to them by the Romans, referring to their practice of tattooing or painting their bodies, likely with blue woad, for battle or ritual. This striking appearance fueled their fearsome reputation. These weren't just decorative marks. They were powerful statements of identity, belief, and resistance. To the Romans, they were an exotic and terrifying foe, disappearing into the mists only to strike again. The exact origins of the Picts are one of history's great enigmas. They were not an invading force, but emerged from the indigenous Iron Age peoples of northern Scotland, likely a confederation of tribes like the Caledoni, mentioned by Roman historians. Their language, known as Pictish, is largely lost to us, leaving behind only tantalizing clues in place names and a few inscriptions. This linguistic isolation further shrouds them in mystery, distinguishing them from their Gaelic and British Celtic neighbors. The most iconic and enduring legacy of the Picts are their magnificent carved stones. These standing monoliths, found across their territory, are covered in a unique and enigmatic system of symbols that constitutes their only written record. These symbols, often abstract geometric shapes and highly stylized animals, have baffled scholars for centuries. Were they clan emblems, status markers, religious iconography, or perhaps even a form of proto-writing? The silent stones keep their secrets close. From around the 7th century, Pictish society began to embrace Christianity, but not in a way that erased their past. Instead, their new faith was integrated with their ancient traditions, creating unique class-to-cross slabs. These impressive stones feature a Christian cross on one face, often adorned with intricate Celtic knots and interlaced patterns. On the reverse, they depict both Christian scenes and traditional Pictish symbols, showing a powerful synthesis of two worlds. The silent language of the Pictish stones offers a tantalizing, yet incomplete, glimpse into their worldview. But these were not merely artists. They were formidable warriors, whose cunning and ferocity earned them the grudging respect of even the mightiest empires. If this quiet journey into the mysteries of ancient Scotland has captured your curiosity, I invite you to consider subscribing to the Dusty Codex. Your support allows us to continue unearthing these forgotten narratives. Before we explore their legendary prowess in battle, I'm interested to know, if you could decipher one Pictish symbol, which one would it be and why? Share your thoughts in the quiet comments section below. For centuries, the Picts proved to be an undefeated enemy to Rome. Their mastery of the harsh Caledonian landscape, combined with their fierce fighting spirit and hit-and-run guerrilla tactics, made them a relentless and frustrating foe for the highly organized legions. Time and again, Roman expeditions pushed north, only to be met with fierce resistance, ambushes, and strategic retreats that bled their resources and morale. The Picts may not have conquered Rome, but Rome never conquered them. Even after the Romans withdrew from Britannia, the Picts continued to defend their lands against new invaders. They faced the encroaching Anglo-Saxons from the south and the expanding Gaelic Scots from the west, fighting for their independence on multiple fronts. Their military prowess was legendary. The Picts were not just a tribal nuisance. They were a formidable military power capable of forming alliances and inflicting significant defeats on their enemies, as evidenced by battles like Nectansmere. Despite their image as wild tribesmen, the Picts developed sophisticated political structures, evolving from smaller tribal groupings into powerful kingdoms. By the early medieval period, a king of the Picts could command considerable authority. Their power was centered around impressive hill forts, duns, and royal sites like Burghead, which served as administrative, military, and ceremonial centers, showcasing their ability to organize and mobilize substantial resources. In the 7th and 8th centuries, powerful Pictish kings dominated much of northern Britain, often forming alliances or engaging in conflicts with their neighbors. The Angles of Northumbria and the Gaelic Scots of Dalriada. These were not isolated backwaters. They were dynamic early medieval kingdoms, interacting politically, religiously, and militarily with their neighbors across the British Isles, leaving their mark on a crucial period of history. By the 9th and 10th centuries, the distinct Pictish identity began to fade, largely absorbed into the burgeoning kingdom of Alba. This new kingdom, which would become Scotland, was primarily Gaelic in language and culture. The exact process is debated, but it was likely a gradual, complex fusion rather than a violent conquest. Intermarriage, political alliances, and the shared threat of Viking raids likely played a role in the two cultures merging. Though the Pictish language died out and their distinct political entity vanished, their legacy did not. They contributed to the very foundations of Scottish national identity. Many place names, archaeological sites, and, of course, their incredible stones remain. The Picts, Rome's painted foe, continue to challenge and inspire us. Their story is a powerful reminder that history is not always written by the victors, and that even in silence, a lost civilization can leave an indelible mark, whispering its secrets across the ages from the wild heart of Scotland